Interesting integrated maths and science lesson sequence, and here we are ready to test your experiments. Okay, very quickly, if there's something on the table that you think might interfere with our rotations today, do you want to quickly pop that away? I'm looking at your Mother's Day card, Andy, and if you've got a drink bottle that leaks or something that is precious, just quickly bundle that away. All right, fantastic. Beautiful. So again, we're strapped for time today. Really quickly, have a look up here. What was your procedure for increasing your heart rate by 50%?
Quinn.
What was your, that's okay, Miss Schlack's got you covered today. What was your procedure for increasing your heart rate by 50%? So I've got our word wall up here. If you remember, increase means to make bigger or make go faster. So we've got two risk takers here. I know we've just come in from outside, so it's a big ask. Go on, Soraya. What was your procedure? Do you want to give a quick summary?
Like doing the BPM.
Yeah, the BPM, beats per minute, increasing it by 50%. What can we expect to do at your activity? Do you need some thinking time? That's okay. Aisha? March on the spot for a minute. Okay. And your hypothesis is that marching on the spot for a minute will increase your BPM by 50%. Cool. Who can remember how to calculate that 50% increase? Who can remember how to calculate that 50% increase? It's a bit strange sitting like this, isn't it, guys? Just make sure you're looking at me. You can turn your chair around if you're sideways. Good on you. Well done. Andy, can you remember?
So you just find your pulse and someone on the table.
Yep.
Set in your group will set a timer for
Good.
10 seconds, and then you just times your pulse and see if you get the answer.
And see if you get the answer. Good. So the maths has been done by the previous group, hasn't it? Remember, we halved our resting heart rate, and then we added that, because 50% means half, we added that on to our base resting heart rate. Good. So I've noticed that some groups have included a target heart rate. Other people might need to figure out what a 50% increase of their resting heart rate is. Okay? All right. We can certainly expect some very different activities. Now, looking down and looking around the room, if there is an iPad, that is a station. Okay? So for every iPad, there is a station. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? Which way around the classroom do you think we'll cycle? Which way around, Dylan? Clockwise, good, excellent. So it's pretty much in a rough circle. We're just going to be going clockwise. Now, some teams ask for some really specific things. This team, Vic, Sage and Michelle, you guys asked for an iPad, a watch, a timer and a BPM sheet, okay? So I've supplied some BPM sheets and an iPad. There's a watch and a timer in there, okay? This team over here, the Deadly Werewolves, you've got a team name, very nice. Patrick, Arav and Dylan, they requested legs, you got those boys, stamina, we'll see about that, and an open space without obstacles. So this will be your space without obstacles, okay? Let's see, what's another one? This team over here requested an iPad, paper, a pencil, so we've got that, and your data, yeah, and I've got your data here from previous. And I'm assuming that you would like that so people can know their 50% increase for those people, okay? Over here in the corner, and just from memory, I think that was Harley, Blaze and Andy. You guys requested some cones, so you can see the cones there. Harley, Andy and Blaze, I'll let you set up just out here, okay? Because you guys requested a bit of space as well. So eyes up to the front. All right, we've got our 8 stations, we've got our procedures, we've got our equipment. Here's the task. So this is what we're going to do just now. you guys in your teams are going to cycle through 3 different stations, starting at your own. Okay, so start at your own station because you probably want to test your hypothesis yourself first, right? Okay, now follow the procedure, and there's a bit of an asterisk there, we'll get onto that. Follow your procedure at each station where a different person, Edward, a different person will be the test subject. Okay, so if Andy's group is starting out here at Andy's group's experiment, it might be Andy or Harley or Blaze who's the test subject. When we rotate, we're going to have a different test subject. And when we rotate again, we'll have our 3rd test subject. Does that make sense? Okay, so you're only going to do each experiment once, but you're going to do 3 experiments. That way you all get a turn. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense. All right, so the question then is, who gets to start? Who is the first test subject? Now I'm thinking that the teams may decide this, that the first test subject could be the person whose data informed your hypothesis. I'm going to say that again. It might be a good idea if the first test subject is that person whose data was used to inform your hypothesis. What does that mean? What does that mean, Pat?
The person who times the 50% to make it the 50% or more beats.
Put your hand up if your team used your data to calculate the 50% increase that you based your hypothesis on. Good. So you guys might be the first test subjects, okay? I'll leave it up to the teams to decide. Now, when we're ready to begin, Dylan, I don't want you to start straight away. We're actually going to start by making sure that our resting heart rate is in fact a calm resting heart rate. All right, we're going to do a quick calming activity before each rotation or before we start each activity. Why do you think we're going to do that? What's the purpose of that? We're going to do a quick resting activity just to make sure we're starting with a resting heart rate. Why, Kira?
Because if you start with a higher heart rate, then the number will be higher than it's supposed to be.
Good, and we want accurate results, don't we? What could elevate or increase our heart rate before we actually start the activity? What is it that could increase our heart rate? Is it moving to the groups? We're going to expend some energy and exercise as we walk or maybe run. We're not going to do star jumps to our group, are we? No. What else, Andy?
Because we're just outside, it depends on what we're doing.
We've just come in after lunch, so maybe our heart rates are already quite high, aren't they? We might be excited. Maybe our emotions are affecting our heart rate. Okay. All right, so a couple of wilfs. This is what I'm looking for. Start at our own station, rotate through the roles at each station. We've gone through those. The last one is follow each procedure, but try to read between the lines. Who's heard that phrase before? Read between the lines? Yeah, what does it mean, Quinn?
It means if there's something that isn't clear, you do the thing you thought they intended to mean.
Good, good. So we don't want to be too explicit about following the procedure. If you, Connor, can figure out what they're trying to get across and you know what to do, just do that, okay? All right, for example, if they don't have a pencil on their materials, just grab a pencil from your tub. Does that make sense? Question?
Wait, with the first thing coming first, do you have to do your team's one?
We're all starting at our own team's experiment. Yep, so you're starting over here, I think, Werewolf. Yep, beautiful. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to go. Beautiful, excellent. I want you to, just listen for now, quickly find your starting location. Wait, and be ready for a calming activity. Don't start yet. Andy, can you quickly make your circle?
Yeah. Also, could we just wear the measuring tapes because the circle has to be a...
One stride and just a half stride. I'm not going to grab a measuring tape. Yeah.
Wait, is it the one that's based on the test subject, the one that we
Whose data informed the target BPM? So you would be the test subject then. Then you guys decide. But Dylan, you will be in one of the 3 rotations. Three, 2, or can 2 of you go at once? Yeah, rather than have one miss out, just 2 of you go and be the test subject side by side together. 3, 2, shh, 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 shh. 1, shh, shh, shh. All right, excellent, beautiful. So just freeze where you are. We're just going to quickly do our calming activity. Remember our square breathing? Beautiful. Make sure you're comfortable. You can stand, you can sit, close your eyes, and I want you to breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Shh, shh, shh. Out. 2, 3, 4. In. 1 side of the square. Out. 1 side of the square. Make sure your eyes are closed. Make sure your body is still. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Focus on those deep breaths. All right, now without a rush, let's get started.
One for 10 seconds, right? Like 1 minute.
Follow the procedure. Who's going to be the timer? Who's the test subject, first of all? You? Beautiful. Do you want to jump up? And it doesn't matter who the timer is.
Do you want to be the timer?
And how long are we timing this activity for? 30 seconds? Vic? Eyes up, okay. And you're recording the data? Beautiful.
Go up the front.
Yeah, just make sure you've got the space. Now, is there a target BPM there?
It was. Okay, so 30
Oh yeah, 118.
118? Okay. All right. Ready when you are, guys.
Can you do that again?
Yeah, good communicating. It's just behind you. Exactly right. So star jumps for how long? 1 minute. 1 minute. All right, find your pulse. All right, she's found it, and it's on 1 minute as well. Oh, rewind. Reset. Yeah, it's important that there's just one timer, so that doesn't happen. 19. What do we need to do with that 19? Times it by 6. I don't mind how you do it. We're not really practicing our math skills right this second. Okay, what do we do now? 96. Oh, that was pretty close, guys. How do we record the data? No instructions for that? That's okay. Are you going to make a change?
Can we put right there?
Hey, you're done?
Yeah. We needed to do first time because I was
Don't make any changes just yet. We'll see how the other groups go first. Okay.
20 beats.
Okay, that's not too far off. Yeah. We're going to do 30 more seconds, guys. Yeah.
First measure the heart rate by resting, then we compare it by the heart rate.
We already know Dylan's resting heart rate.
No, it's Arab.
Oh, Arav. Oh, Arav's the target. Don't we know your resting heart rate?
It was 80. It was 98.
Oh. We're going to need to move around soon, okay? So be quick. Yeah. I wouldn't start again, guys, because we'll run out of time. All right, we're getting ready to rotate, guys. Give me a thumbs up if you finished the experiment. Not yet. Yes, yes, yes. Not yet. Yes. Almost. Hi team, how are we going? Are we ready to rotate? We're about to rotate anyway, okay? Remember, if we succeed in finishing or not, it's all data and it's all feedback, okay? Don't tip the table.
Did you say something?
Yeah. So the variable was how fast he was moving. Maybe we could have been, for example, more explicit about walking or running speed. Okay. All right, let's get ready to rotate, guys. Eyes and ears. Hey, Soraya. Shh, 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 shh. Freeze, everyone. Beautiful. Can you please quickly make your stations presentable for the next team? And point to your next rotation. Where are you? Right here. And quickly go there, ready for our meditation. Shh. Over here, your team, Amy. Over here, guys. Sit down, guys. Sit down. Sit down. Shh. Edward, sit down. Sit down. Guys, we are forgetting. Remember, we need to reset our heart rate. Everyone sit down. Shh. Quick. Shh. Beautiful. I don't want to see anything in anyone's hands. Andy. Beautiful. Close your eyes. Shh. Make sure you're comfortable. And breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4. Good. Andy P, close your eyes. Good job. Great job, those people who are actively trying to get their heart rate back to resting. Block out those distractions. Focus on your counts of 4. When you open your eyes this time, you'll have a better idea, Blaze, of how long you have to complete this next station. Put your hand up if you're the test subject. Put your hand up if you're the timer. Let's get started.
My resting last time was 84. Yes. Stop reading! Because you don't have your glasses.
Can you guys follow?
No, because
You march on the spot for a minute and then measure your pulse.
It says that you multiply the amount by 10 times, even though you just did it for a minute.
So the exercise is for a minute. I don't think it means that we're measuring our pulse for a minute. Okay, I think it assumes that we're measuring it 10 seconds times 6. Yeah, it's the activity that's 1 minute. Yeah.
You guys, put a timer for 10 seconds.
Edward, maybe you shouldn't be the timekeeper, bud. Come on, we all ready? Does it need to be 10 seconds or how long's the exercise for?
1 minute.
1 minute, yeah, great. Oh, nice rope pull, Sage. 10 seconds to go.
You're welcome for setting up such a good idea.
What's your role?
Huh?
What's your role now? Are you the recorder? The recorder? Oh, careful, careful. All right, and don't fall down dizzy, guys. You might just want to quickly sit yourselves down, find your pulse. It's so interesting, all the different activities, isn't it? Oh, come on, Andy. Hey, it's not helpful, bud. 23, wow. So what's your BPM? Yeah, what's your BPM then? 23 in 10 seconds? So that's checking your BPM. Let's check on your watch to see if it's the same as your calculation. Did you say 20, what did you say, 23? Yeah, what's 20 times 6?
It is 138. It is 138.
2 times 6 and a 0?
I already figured it out.
138. Yeah, so that's really different, isn't it, than your watch, what your watch says.
Is the watch correct?
Are you guys done? Yeah. Who was the test subject? Me. And what was your BPM? 162, really? Wow. And the target was 99? I can tell you that Andy was 96, weren't you? So that's a big range. 96 after 20 star jumps versus 162. I wonder if there was a variable. You did them slowly? Yeah? Do you think that would have an impact? So that's a different speed, isn't it? Could we be more specific next time about how many star jumps you have to do rather than the speed? Or what time limit you need to complete the star jumps in? Interesting results, guys. BPM, after doing what activity, Soraya? Sorry, marching. What was the target BPM? They didn't say. What's a 50% increase on your heart rate, on your resting heart rate? 26. So is 26 is half your resting heart rate? Yeah. So 26. So your resting heart rate was 2 times 26? 50, 52? Yeah. Is that right? But there was no instructions there about what is your resting heart rate. Oh, interesting. That's good feedback, isn't it, for the next team? Are you guys all done? Yeah?
You got 3 for 10.
Are you guys all done?
I don't know. I was unconscious for
So if that's your resting, Dylan, what would be your target heart rate if you were looking for that 50% increase?
His target would be 168.
And we resulted in 120. Yeah, so that's a bit of a difference, isn't it? Would it be 168 though? 84 plus half of 84? 84 plus 42?
42.
84 plus 42.
226.
200? What?
226.
84 plus 42.
126.
Yeah, so that's actually pretty close then. It's only 6 BPM off. Yeah. Are we done, guys? We done? La 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 la. Shh, 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 shh. All right. Thumbs up if you finished. Yes, 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 yes. All right. Connor, done? Beautiful. All right. Can you once again, and this is the last rotation, excuse me. Guys, please leave your station into a state that will be great for the next group to pick up and go. And then this time we're going to rotate to be ready for our calming exercise. Quickly rotate now. Connor, Patty, Christina. Shh. Were you here, Sage? You're out there now. Yep. Oh no, Sage, my mistake. Sage, sorry, you're here. Blaze, Andy, you were there. You're in the corner now. Harley, over here. Yeah. All right, beautiful. Shh. 3, 2, 1, 0, and close your eyes. Shh, shh, shh. Blaze, Andy, Harley, be comfortable. We're going to lower our heart rate together really quickly. Shh. Shh. We're forgetting this important step, aren't we? And breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. Count those 4 seconds in. Count those 4 seconds out. If you want accurate results, you will make sure your heart rate is resting when you start. Continue counting in your head. Beautiful. Put your hand up if you are the final test subject. Excellent. Timer. Shh, 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 shh. Excuse me. Sound off. Shh, shh. Blaze. Timer hand up. And the recorder hand up. Excellent. All right. Last rotation, guys. Let's get started. So what do we have to do over here, guys?
Same thing as we've always done.
The same thing? Marching? How long are we marching for? 30 seconds. Okay. So not for the minute this time, but just marching for 30 seconds. So it's essentially half the effort, do you reckon? Do you remember for our medium intensity activity, we were marching for a minute? Yeah? Do you think it'll be the same heart rate as our medium intensity heart rate? More? A decrease or an increase? A decrease? Interesting. Let's find out. So you're the tester? Test subject, rather? All right. Timekeeper, 30 seconds on the clock. Well done, Edward. I can see you ready to record. $23. Yeah, so that was what Harley had. Do you remember what that was? 23 times 6? 138? Yeah, how can we check? Doesn't sound like we're sure. 23 times 6? What are 2 6s, Blaze? With a 0 on the end? Good. So that's what's that, 12 times 6? No, that's not 12 times 6, is it? 138, okay.
Why does it smell like butter? That's not important. Why does it smell like butter popcorn?
What was the target, guys, for this group?
99.
99? So that's well over 99, isn't it? Yeah. Interestingly, Miles got 162 for this activity. And for the same activity, Andy P only got 96 BPM. What could explain that, do you think?
Andy didn't do them.
He didn't do them? He was having a nap instead?
Actually, no.
He actually did them. He actually did them.
I don't know.
Couple of minutes, guys.
Pepper was doing that, and
Are you guys all finished?
No.
No?
No, it's what they got.
21. 126.
Beautiful. What was the target? Not sure. Who is exercising?
Me.
Kira. What's a 50% increase on your base resting heart rate?
My resting heart rate was 84.
So half of that's 42. 84 plus 42. Wow. They actually got it perfectly, didn't they? Wow. That's going to be some nice feedback for them. Are you all done, guys? Why have we got a team of 4 here? All right. Do you want to bring your team in, Quinn? I'm assuming you're done. La 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 la. Shh, shh, shh. All right. Stations, quickly and quietly close your iPads. And we're going to come back to our own seats now, okay? Just leave our procedures where they are. iPads closed. Come on back to our seats. Werewolf Arav? No, leave them there, Andy. Did you hear my instruction? Yeah, great job. Harley, well done. Esther, good job. All right, let's do this, Vic, just so you're facing the right way, huh? There we go. All right. I can see most of us showing whole body listening now. Well done. Please pop any distractions out of your hands. Quinn, pop it away. Connor, I'm really proud of you all that you managed to complete those rotations within that time frame. We were a bit doubtful, weren't we, Miss Schlack? Shh. Oh. We thought, no way, it's going to be too much chaos, but you guys were really on it. And I'm so impressed that you're finding your heart rate so quickly now. Do you remember how hard it was for some people at the start? Yes. And practice makes perfect, right? Yeah, well done. So I want you to have a bit of a reflect, all right? Have a bit of a reflect on, first of all, your experiment and the results that the first test got when you were testing your own hypothesis. Were the results what you expected? If so, why? If not, why not? I'll give you some thinking time. I'm really keen to find out why you think you got the results that you got. Who wants to share? Let's start with your own hypothesis. What results did you get? Were they what you expected, or were they a bit different? One risk taker. Anybody else? 2 risk takers? Good, that's better. Go on, Quinn, start us off.
My target was 126 beats per minute for my thing, because that's 50% more than my resting.
And that was based off your data?
Yeah.
Yep.
And I thought I need like a medium just a medium intensity one.
And you guys had the rope
Yeah,
pulls.
we had the rope pulls.
And you predicted that would be medium?
Yeah.
Yep. What was the result?
We when I did it, I got 20 beats per minute more. So I think I just have to do it. I just maybe like 35 or 30 seconds. I've got to decrease the seconds.
Okay, so you overshot. Your BPM was increased too much.
Yeah.
Maybe your activity was a bit too intense, or the duration of your activity was too long. So if you improved yours, maybe you would decrease the duration.
Yeah.
Yep, excellent. Esther, Ishi, were you thinking the same thing? Yep, because you're part of that group, aren't you? Yeah, okay, beautiful. Who got actually a really accurate hypothesis and they pretty much just were in a couple of BPM of their target heart rate? Tell us about yours, Michelle.
So when we were doing our marching, our target was 118 beats per minute, and me and Sage got 120.
Oh, okay, so 2 BPM away. Excellent. So that was really close, wasn't it? Fantastic. And what about different groups? Over here, Kira, your a 50% increase on your resting heart rate got you at 126 BPM. When you did this activity, what did you get? So it was actually exact, wasn't it? Interesting. And yet, put your hand up if your team completed this experiment. Did you get exactly the target heart rate? No? How far were you off? 50 away. So what can explain that? That one person or that two people can do the same activity and yet their heart rate results can be so wildly different. Why? And it kind of goes to this one here. Where is it? Did I write it down? Maybe it's not part of here, but why is there such, and we talked about range, didn't we? Why is there such a range with our heart rates between individuals? Andy, what do you reckon?
Because everyone isn't really the same, so people have like different amount of stamina, they breathe differently, they're just not the same, so like someone's heartbeat, like my Harley's heartbeat was 84 when resting. Mine was like 62 or something. And that's off by that. Those are very different numbers.
So if our resting heart rates are so diverse, if the range is so big, of course if we do an increased intensity activity, we're going to have some different results.
And also some people like put a bit much in like this.
Or there are other variables in how we interpret the activity. Andy and who else was it? It was this activity here. It was the star jumps. And Andy, you almost got the target of 99. You got 96. You were 3 BPM away. And yet Miles, who did this activity, same number of star jumps, 162 BPM. 163 BPM, massive difference. Yeah. And you were saying that maybe your star jumps were a bit slower. Maybe yours were a bit faster, but they were the same number, weren't they? All right. Let me think. Let me have a look here. So, in a nutshell, what was the relationship between heart rate and exercise intensity? Have a think. Dylan, I'm going to ask again. What was the relationship between heart rate and exercise intensity? We're a bit tired, aren't we? If, for example, we exercise, what did our heart rate do? It went up? Yeah, what's the word we're using? It increased, didn't it? Good. And when we did our calming relaxation breathing, what happened to our heart rate then? It decreased. Excellent. Beautiful. So could you use this knowledge to control your heart rate?
No.
And why would that be useful? If you wanted, for example, to increase your heart rate, do you think you could?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd know what to do. What would you do if you wanted to increase it?
Exercise.
You'd exercise, wouldn't you? And you'd know kind of what level of intensity to do, wouldn't you? What if you wanted to decrease your heart rate? What would you do then? Would you keep on exercising, Kira? Sit and relax, yeah. Why would that knowledge be useful? Why would it be a really useful thing to have the power to directly control your heart rate? Shh. There's a couple of people in tubs. I'm going to come around and snap them shut. Your fingers fall off, it's not on me. Whole body listening, please. Why would that be? We've got two risk takers here. Pat, what do you think?
Because if you're in a really, like, your heart's really beating really badly, you could slow it down by taking a
Relaxing breaths. Good. So you have the power to slow your heart rate down. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to slow your heart rate down? Go on, Connor.
Because you feel really tense when you have a really high heart rate. If you calm down and you get a really low heart rate, you'll feel a bit more better. And sometimes because you get a high heart rate, because you're really stressed or something.
Stressed,
Calm down,
worried,
decrease
nervous,
the
anxious.
heart rate and you feel better.
Good. So, for example, if you're about to sit in that plan and you're feeling a little bit nervous about it, you'd know what to do now, wouldn't you? If you've got district cross country tomorrow, hands up, and you're on the start line thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to come last, all these people look really fast, what would you do? Decrease your heart rate, take those calming breaths. Good. What are you curious about? We've talked a little bit about heart rate and the relationship between heart rate and exercise intensity. We know how useful it would be to control that. It would be a bit of a superpower. It's interesting, isn't it, the range of different heart rates for different people. What are you curious about? If we did some more finding out, what would you want to learn about next? What are you wondering, Quinn?
I'm wondering if you can like make your heart rate like a certain thing, and it's not gonna be like a few beats over it or a few beats under it or a lot under it or a lot over it.
Can I clarify?
I'm wondering if you could control your heartbeat to the exact beats per minute.
So you could say, I want it 91 BPM, and then you could know what to do that. Yeah. Poof, that would be really a real superpower, wouldn't it, to have that level of control? What else are you curious about? Sarai, what are you curious about?
How you find the beats and
How you find the beats. So when you put your fingers here or your fingers here, what's making that pulse?
Yeah.
What do you think is making that pulse? You know that beat that you feel when you put your fingers here or here. What makes that, Sage?
I think some veins.
The veins, yeah? Good answer. Good answer if you're not sure. Definitely has something to do with the veins, doesn't it? Think about what's happening. Think about what's happening in your body. What do you reckon, Dylan?
Your heart beating.
Your heart's beating? Your heart's over here, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's actually going through your veins?
Blood.
The blood. Good. The heart's pumping the blood. Why then, if we get back to this question of the relationship between heart rate and exercise intensity, why does our heart rate then go up when we exercise? Why does our heart rate then go up when we exercise? What do you reckon, Patty?
Because you're more active
Mm.
and muscles are so you're moving around more and stuff. So your body needs to keep pumping more blood and stuff.
More blood? Yeah. And what's in the blood that our body needs? If we're doing district cross country, we're really tired, and muscles are very demanding in their energy requirements. What's our blood doing? What's it giving our muscles? Wild guess.
Well, I know blood has water in it.
Uh-huh.
But maybe
So it's hydrating us?
yeah.
Yeah. What else does our blood have in it? Remember, we also talked about the relationship between breathing and heartbeat. We decided that it was not the same thing, breathing and a heart rate, but it was also related. So our blood might have water in it. What else, Arav?
Hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin?
Yeah.
Whew. What's that?
Uh,
You can teach me about that.
okay, so basically what happens is you consume the air for your lungs.
Air?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then hemoglobin carries out it's a substance mixed in the blood. It carries out the oxygen to the other body parts.
So it's water and oxygen as well that our blood is carrying.
Yeah.
And I'd write hemoglobin up there if I thought I could spell it.
It's H.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Maybe you'd like to write it up there for me. Would you like to? Go on. All right. So maybe water. That's unconfirmed, but that's another hypothesis, isn't it? And Arav's strongly thinking that oxygen is carried through the blood. And yeah, if you're breathing more, Christina agrees, if you're breathing more, then you're going to have greater energy, greater oxygen needs, aren't you? Good. What else? Quinn?
It has red blood cells.
Red blood cells?
I think so.
Yeah. Red blood cells? Cool. All right. We're going over time, aren't we, Mishlak? All right, there's no announcement. Yeah. Guys, we might need to finish there. Mishlak, would you be able to put an announcement on quickly for care groups? Thank you. Guys, thanks again for your enthusiasm and curiosity today. We do need to stop, unfortunately. Care groups is a couple of minutes over. A big thanks, Wanty. Let's give Wanty a clap. I've loved your curiosity and your creativity in constructing those experiments. Well done. We're going to have to stop there for care groups. If you are a wombat, keep your bag where it is. If you are in a different care group, quickly pack that away and take that with you into the asphalt. Leave the iPads where they are. So how do you spell hemoglobin? How do you... yeah, definitely there. You know what, if I was spelling it, I would spell it very similarly to that. Yeah. There's a funny AE sound with the hemo. I think it's AE, yeah. What did you want to tell me?
I just found this random thing.
Oh, where did you find it? Because that'll belong to someone.
Out there.
Outside?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks for that. Real quick, yeah, real quick.
In our blood is red food dye and ketchup.
Okay. You know what? I'm glad you didn't say that because it's a little bit off topic.
Red food dye.